What's up, guys? How's it going? Moses here. Happy to announce after about 500, maybe 450 maps, maybe 500. Yeah, something like that, I would say. Across a few weeks, across several characters, we've been doing a whole lot of atoll maps. I've finally completed the two divination card set of Spark and Flame, which we're going to be turning in right now, finally. Oh, Berek's Respite. It's here. Oh my goodness. It's actually finally here in Solo Self Found. Oh man. Oh man. And now we could basically do what we wanted to do for a while, which is vendoring a couple of these together. And the vendor recipe should give us the taming. Oh, finally. You guys, oh my goodness. If you guys been watching the stream, you know, since Incursion League, I've wanted to have a taming in Soul Found. We played Incursion in last year, and I've been grinding whole lots of maps, and I could not get the cards. Those are incredibly rare cards, like incredibly rare. The only variance here is 20 to 30 elemental resists. And the implicit, but basically, if you guys are not familiar with this ring, oh my goodness, I can't believe I actually have this ring in Soul Found. This is insane. um, so yeah, so this ring makes enemies take increased damage per freeze, shock, ignite, and that's 20% increase damage. Against enemies that are shocked, frozen, and ignited. So with this, I'm planning on making a glacial hammer build. I've been talking about it on stream, but basically using Nebulock, because Nebulock has physical attack as extra fire, and since it's going to be a crit build, we are going to crit, and when we hit with physical as extra fire, we're going to be able to burn and ignite the monsters. It's a glacial hammer build, so of course we're going to be using Fizz to lightning to shock, and glacial hammer itself is going to be cold, so we get cold, fire, and lightning to shock, freeze, and ignite our enemies. And alongside with the Oak of Suffering that we also found, SSF, this does basically the same thing, except enemies take increased damage for each type of element you have inflicted on them, right? So 5% per. And elements are bleed, ignite, scorched, chilled, frozen, brittle, shocked, sapped, and poisoned. So every ailment that we're going to have, basically shock, ignite, frozen, chill, is 5% more. So there you go. We finally completed it, and I even have a glacial hammer damage helm enchant that I managed to find. We've been grinding about 45, 50 regular elders, something like that. Total is 53, and I've done 7 or 6 uber elders, or 5. I don't know. Let's check real quickly. The achievements, end game grind, uber elders. So we killed 5, and I've got elders 53, so 48 regular elders, and we've only gotten the one. Ideally, I wanted to dual wield Nebulox. This is an excellent weapon. Been planning this build for a while. I had a dream of maybe getting 2 taming rings, but you know, I could never really. Divination card Spark and Flame is just too rare to get, and instead of dual wielding, we're going to be using a Lionized Remorse, which is just a lot of life, lots of armor, uh, shield, right? It's going to be pretty solid for us. No resist, intentionally, because I don't want to have resists on my shield. If I have resists on my shield, when I get the second Nebulock, I'm going to have a hard time rebalancing my entire gear. Because what I'm going to be doing with this Glacial Hammer character is basically just running around doing regular elders, to try and get the second Nebulock, and then we can go dual wield. Dual wield gives more attack speed and more attack damage. I believe it's 10 and 15%, and that's a big chunk of damage compared to shields. Again, so found. We got to work with what we got, and we finally have the taming. So this feels good. These are going to have to wait for the second taming, which probably is not going to happen. I was ready. I was ready to grind with the ground slammers. See, we just crafted all of those. These are all just like ready to go. I have the sextants, the elder blob. That's what we've been doing for weeks now. And I finally got the second card. We finally finished the set, and we finally in SSF have the taming. So this was the update with a little bit of a heads up on our next build, kind of like the idea. And hope to see you guys on stream. We're gonna start the build right now. I'm gonna start the stream right now. All right, so see you guys there. Bye bye for now.